What's good everyone, it's Kajani with a crafting and gathering guide for Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.4. This guide will go over all things new in the world of crafting and gathering, as well as go over the new endgame crafting macros. The video is chaptered out, so feel free to hop to whatever section will help you out the most. Let's start off by going over the notable craftable items that were released in patch 6.4. You might be blown away to find out that Barbaritia has been made into a minion. Yes, the same one from our favorite hair-raising trial. The recipe for wind-up Barbaritia can be found in the number 10 Weaver Master Recipe Book. We also got 3 unique pajama sets that I am sure will make all true endgame enjoyers very happy. The rare crafting material that's used to craft these glamours is most likely a drop from level 90 treasure maps. For the true crafting and gathering endgame enjoyers, we got new Glyoaether and new expert recipes. The expert recipes are used to craft the components for an island sanctuary structure. Looking at the condition list for the components, I believe these expert recipes won't be too bad since our best friend Pliant is available. For all my big fishers out there, you are finally rewarded for your patience, and I am not talking about the job action. If you caught all the fish that were released up until patch 5.55 and obtained the big fish title, you are rewarded with the adventure plate that you see here. If you are a world-class troller or accumulated 3 million points while ocean fishing, you'll get the adventure plate that you see here. Both are really nice plates to reward players for getting a couple of the rarest achievements in Final Fantasy XIV. To claim them, you just need to visit Jonathan's in Gridania. In 6.4, we also got new purple script gear for crafting and gathering classes. The gear is known as the Afflatus gear set, and it's item level 620. The Indicator gear set is still the better gear set, however, you can pick this up if you're fresh to level 90 or taking a casual approach to crafting or gathering. I do recommend getting the gear set for your botanists and miner retainers so they can gather more Endwalker crafting materials. As you can see, my retainer can gather 50 crafting materials from the lower tier, 40 crafting materials from the mid tier, and 30 crafting materials from the upper tier. So it's definitely worth the investment because that could be 50, 40, or 30 crafting materials that you don't have to gather for yourself. Alright, let's go over the macro that you're going to use for the 4488 difficulty crafting macro for patch 6.4. Starting in the progress phase, I'm going to open it with a muscle memory, but I am going to take a prudent touch here early in the craft, then go to waste not, and then manipulation. Then I'm going to use veneration, which is going to buff my progress actions, and that last step of muscle memory and a veneration is going to buff this groundwork, and then one more groundwork, and I am one step away from completing the craft. Now let's go into our quality phase, starting with an innovation, then a preparatory touch. Since I have waste not and manipulation active, that's going to help me conserve durability, and then now the 1, 2, 3 quality combo of basic, standard, and then advanced touch. I got a good condition, but the macro does work even if you don't get any good conditions throughout the craft. So let's continue to increase quality by using a prudent touch. I have 7 stacks of inner quiet and I'm at 5 durability, so master's mend. And then now I am going to use innovation. Then we will continue to increase quality, so I'm going to use a prudent touch there, and then another prudent touch, then observe, and then focus touch. After you use observe, the success rate for focus touch increases to 100%. So I'm going to use it there and then set up my quality finisher. So innovation, then great strides, and then Beer God's blessing. Let me see that 100%. Alright, and then now to finish the craft with a careful synthesis and hear every crafter's favorite sound. Now let's move on to the 6600 difficulty crafting macro for patch 6.4. For this crafting macro, I'm going to use the maximum amount of high quality mats except for the level 88 crafting materials. Alright, let's start the quality phase. So I'm going to use a muscle memory and then a manipulation to conserve durability, and then a veneration, which is going to buff our actions that increase progress. Alright, so there's the veneration there, and then I'm going to use waste not 2 in order to conserve durability, and then now since veneration and muscle memory are up, together they're going to buff this first groundwork. So go ahead and use groundwork, Then I am going to use 2 more groundworks to get us closer to completing the craft. So there's the first groundwork and then another groundwork, and both of those were buffed by the veneration buff that I had up. So I'm still a ways away from completing the craft, but I want to take advantage of Waste Not 2 and manipulation in the quality phase. So I'm going to use innovation there and then a preparatory touch. Then I am going to follow that up with the 1, 2, 3 quality combo. Since I have manipulation and Waste Not, I'm going to be conserving durability along the way. So there's basic touch, and then I am going to use standard touch, and then I'm going to use advanced touch. So there's our 1, 2, 3 combo right there. We'll see where we're at. 5 stacks of inner quiet. I want 10. So we'll continue to increase quality, starting with an innovation and then a prudent touch to conserve durability while giving me a stack of inner quiet, and then the 1, 2, 3 quality combo. There's basic, standard, and then advanced touch. Alright, so I'm running low on durability. I have 9 stacks of inner quiet, so I'm going to go ahead and use prudent touch to give me 10 stacks of inner quiet. As you can see, I am really close to that 100% on the high quality percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my finisher, but I am not going to use innovation. I'm just going to use Master's Mend there, and then I got an excellent. So it's going to mess with my Beer God's Blessing. So I'm just going to use Great Strides here. Normally the Great Strides is all I need to get that 100%. However, due to the poor condition after an excellent, it's going to decrease the value of Beer God's Blessing. So let's see what I get. 96%. That's respectable. So to finish up the macro, I'm going to do careful synthesis and then another careful synthesis, and it's high quality. Let's go. So that's all I have for this crafting and gathering guide for Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.4. Hopefully you found the crafting macros useful as well as the information that I provided. So I will catch y'all in the next video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Until next time, peace.